Hello everybody. In this video I will review one of the programs that are available on our Discord. This one is called Calgary Barbell Powerlifting, and it's very interesting because I have not seen this one on the internet or ever being reviewed. So let's go. Me and my friend have just finished this program. It is 4-month program or 16 weeks. And yeah, let's first give a brief overview, a review, and then I will talk about some pros and cons and basically my opinion on it. So this is of course a powerlifting program. It is mainly focused around squat, bench, and deadlift. There will be not so much of overhead pressing. In this Excel, here is a little table which you fill up with your current maxes, and then going from here, the Excel will calculate everything else. So you start here, you plug in your maxes, and then you start at week 1 and 4. One thing that I would like to say at the start is that this program is home gym friendly, because all you need for it is squat rack, barbell, bench, and weights. That's it, and then you will be able to train it. There are some exercises here that you can, for example, wide grip seated row, because you most certainly do not have this machine at home, but you can just substitute it with pull-ups or rows with barbell, which is extremely good exercise. So let's start. We start at first month. We have 4 different trainings because we train 4 times a week, and the trainings have the same scheme. The exercises are the same, but the reps and sets change, and everything is in the table. So for the first day you would do competition squat 4x7, for example, post bench 4x7, overhead press 3x8, bent over row 3x12, and glute ham raises or back extensions 4x12. I will not go over everything, but just to give you an idea how this works. You start here, day 1, then you continue to day 2. For example, this you do on Monday, this you do on Tuesday, then you have 1 day rest on Wednesday, then you do Thursday here and Friday here, and then you finish with 2 rest days on the weekend, and then you move on here, and you repeat this for all 16 weeks. You will do squats 3 times a week, bench presses every single day, but there will be variations, and deadlifts is about, I think, 3 times or 2 times a week. And besides that, there are some other exercises. Like at the start, we will have some assistance exercises, like these extensions here, a lot of back movements, even some abs sometimes. And at the start of the first month, we have triceps, for example. But then when we continue throughout the program, we will have less and less assistance and more compound. So the main 3 lifts: squats, benches, and deadlifts. For example, at the last month, when the focus is completely on squats, bench, and deadlift, there will be even no back. Okay, so I think this is it for the brief overview. Now let's talk about my favorite customization to this program, which is supersetting. It is not mentioned in this program, but what I would recommend do is to superset your back and your bench exercises always. This serves at least 2 purposes, like we talked about in our videos before, but just to repeat it here. If you superset your back to your bench, first you will warm up the joints. For example, before bench you do your rows, and this nicely prepares your joints for the heavy benches. And at the same time you will save time, because you will only have 1 rest for the 2 exercises you did. So you will save time and you will be prepared. If you are worried that doing rows before bench will make you tired for the bench and that you will be weaker, this is a safe thing to worry about, but it is luckily not so, especially when you get adjusted to it. Okay, now let's talk about the pros. What I think are the biggest pros on this program. Well, of course, it is I think it's very nicely thought out program. It covers a lot. The calculator is here. It is precise. At the same time you have specific weights. At the same time you only have RPE measurements. So this means, for example, 8 RPE means that you go heavy, but you still have about 2 reps in reserve. This is what this means. For example, 9 RPE would mean you have only 1 rep in reserve, and 10 RPE is completely balls to the walls max. The thing is that you will do bench 4 times, squat 3 times, and deadlift 2 times, like I said, but there will be variations. So you won't do all the time all the same squat. For example, in the first month we can see we have competition squat, front squat or high bar squat, and then we have pin squat. For example, if you don't have pins at home, just do post squat. This is what we did, because I only have the racks and no pins, so we did that. And for the bench you will also have variations, so don't worry. For example, there is 2 board bench press in 1 week. I think it's, I don't know, maybe in the 3rd or 2nd month anyway. This is the bench where you are supposed to have a board the size of your fist on your chest and only press until here. So we simulated that by using some wood which we found lying around in the garage. So with a little imagination you can do it, but if you don't, then just stick to the main movement. So if there is some variation of bench you can't do, just do normal bench and you will be completely fine. So this is for the pros. And for the cons, there is little to no shoulders. So we added some shoulder assistance movements at the end of every 2nd day. So on the Tuesdays and Fridays I did some shoulders, some front raises, side raises, and back raises. And my friend also added, because he is really a fan of doing hamstring and glute exercises, so he added some of that because there is not so much of it here. So he likes to add good mornings. If you feel like you can do it, of course go for it, because there's not you can't really do too much of those. Okay, what are my personal opinions on this program? So my story with this program is a little complex, because when I started it the first time I couldn't finish it because the corona crisis hit me. So then I spent some time without training, and then I bought a home gym and I started this program again, and now I finished it twice. The first time I increased squat for about 5 kilos since corona, not on my old time. I increased bench by about 10 kilos and deadlift by about 5 kilos. And the second time I got to this number that you see here. Actually, squat is only 170. I failed 75. But and bench is 125 for me. But it works. The program works. So do I recommend it? Yes. It's very nice program. It's very nice the fact that it's so simple. It's like I said, you only need the barbell, bench, rack, and weights to do it. So it's home gym friendly. And okay, for the taper week, I mean, the taper week is supposed to be easy, so don't be afraid. Don't worry about this training here looking too easy for you. It's like I read this somewhere. It's a nice comparison. It's like having more equipment in a game before a boss fight. You know, when you collect all the weapons and life before going to the boss fight. This is the taper week. What it does, you take one easy week before hitting your maxes. And of course, like I said, this is a powerlifting program, so you will focus on the 3 main powerlifting movements. There are no Olympic movements. There are no bicep work, no bicep at all. But if you really wish to, you can do some bicep. But we don't do bicep. We have very thin arms. Yeah, and yeah, I think I talked about all the things I wanted to talk about. And if you ever start this program and you have any questions, ask me. Let us know. Let us know how it went for you. How much your lifts increased, because this is my personal promise to you. They will increase if you do this program. And that's all for this video. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Also, don't forget, the link to join our Discord is in the comments in the description of this video. Bye bye.